Well, there's a bar downtown that's putting a unique twist on classic cocktails. Well, it's also making sure to preserve the history of the very building that they're in. Clark Finney is there now. Clark, sounds like a great place.
You know, I'm already falling in love with the different cocktails that they have here, but more importantly, the history too. I feel like a lot of people will love to know a little bit more about what makes this place so unique. So I'm hanging out with David today, and we're making some cocktails. Let's start with what we're making specifically together.
Of course. So today, not only can we serve a bunch of rum and agave cocktails, but we can always serve something for those that don't necessarily want to drink. So today we're working on a little bit of a spirit-free cocktail. So we're going to be using just a touch bit of grenadine first. A little bit of orange citrus to muddle, a little marriage of lime just for the influence.
It looks so fresh already. That's amazing. And I know a lot of people, you know, they want to take a break from alcohol sometimes, but they don't want to compromise that flavor. So
yeah,
it's awesome that this is available. What are you using now?
So this is Lyre's Blood Orange liqueur. It's going to give it a little bit of bitterness, just to not mimic the alcohol, but definitely give it a lot more herb and edge.
And I love that Lyre's brand.
Definitely.
Not to plug it, but it's really cool to, you know, still get that essence of what you like in an alcoholic drink.
Exactly. A lot of flavor. That's the most, we're not compromising on the flavor. That's the most important part.
Tell me a little bit about the history of this building, because you can see it looks so historic. It has that feel. I see brick on the wall over there, kind of exposed, but it has this modern twist to it.
So we've been working on this building for a couple years, but this building's been here since 1890. It was originally the Rovich building. Used to be a meat market back in the day. It was a car mechanic shop. It's been a lot of things, but it's been sitting vacant for a couple years, and we decided, well, it's time to revive this place. So when the owners were building this place, they didn't really know the concept quite yet, but eventually the building spoke to them, and it kind of told them, hey, let's do something tropical Americas. A lot of Caribbean influence, a lot of Southern American, Mexican influence, and here we are today.
It's beautiful. And how important was it for you to keep that historic integrity? Because it's so, San Antonio is a special city, and I feel like there's kind of a common theme of wanting to add flair, but not take away from the original essence of what a building or a place was.
I think that's what's really cool about San Antonio, where we have to keep kind of the history of buildings here. So not to badmouth any other city, but the ordinances here definitely keep everything in line, and where history will always prevail. So with that, it was also part of that too, and keeping a building that looks like it's been here 100 years, but is relatively new to everyone too. So
it's beautiful, giving new life to it. And you just recently opened too, right?
Literally last Friday.
That is crazy. I'm gonna try this drink. Tell me a little bit about what I should be experiencing right now.
Just a lot of flavor, a little bitterness, a little citrus, a little bit of that influence of the non-alcoholic gin. But again, at the end of the day, it's just flavor. So never compromising.
You know this, I'm a gin girl. That is delicious. And then what other drinks do we have in front of us right now?
So right now we have the El Presidente, very classic rum cocktail, a little bit of Blanc Vermouth, Cointreau, touch bit of grenadine. Really delicious. My personal favorite's a pina colada. Mix of rums, fresh coconut cream, fresh pineapple juice, and just a touch bit of lemon is how I tweak it, just so it's balanced.
It's not blended.
Yeah, just so you're tasting everything else. Plus, we don't want the whir of blenders interrupting conversation, so that's why we keep everything on crushed ice.
I love it.
And of course, last but not least, our wonderful little sangria, which we have on tap, ready to go, especially on a busy night. It's a perfect little thing to serve. It's really, really made well by one of our owners, and absolutely delicious. So can't rave enough about it.
This place is so charming and fun. I love the energy. I know a lot of people who are watching right now are probably thinking, I want to get out to you guys, but you just opened.
Yes.
So how do you want the flow of people to be? Should they make reservations? Should they call? What's the best?
For now, just walk on in. Eventually we'll be first come, first serve at a certain point when we fill up, but we'll be taking reservations shortly. If you want to bring a big party, just contact us on our social media and we can talk. So.
Yes, La Ruina. It stands for the ruins.
So, yeah.
Beautiful. I just think this is going to be such a gem. Thanks for having us out and for giving us these tips for mocktails too. Paul, you know I love a good drink on a Friday, but sometimes having mocktails with that same kind of flavor, just not the after effects, it's really nice.
Yeah, especially this early in the day. But I tell you, Clark, that is a very unique place, place that you need to maybe go out to this weekend. All right.